Hey everybody, Rob Maurer here with a special Saturday episode as we continue to get more and more breaking news on Tesla's production status in California. This time it seems to have escalated again with some new tweets from Elon Musk this Saturday morning. In yesterday's episode, we talked about how on Alameda County's Zoom call yesterday, the interim health officer of Alameda County, Dr. Eric Kaplan, said that they had not yet given Tesla the green light to begin manufacturing, despite the fact that Tesla had emailed their workers with their plans to return about 30% of workforce for each shift, based on California as a state entering into phase 2, which allows manufacturers to restart. But of course, Alameda County can operate differently if they choose under that state order. So, Elon has a few tweets today. They are still ongoing, but I'll capture what we have right now. Elon, in response to a couple tweets on the subject today, said, quote, "Tesla is filing a lawsuit against Alameda County immediately. The unelected and ignorant, quote-unquote, interim health officer of Alameda County is acting contrary to the governor, the president, our constitutional freedoms, and just plain common sense." End quote. In a second tweet, Elon then added, quote, "Frankly, this is the final straw. Tesla will now move its HQ and future programs to Texas/Nevada immediately. If we even retain Fremont manufacturing activity at all, it will be dependent on how Tesla is treated in the future. Tesla is the last car maker left in California." End quote. Elon also explained that right next door to Alameda in San Joaquin County, Tesla does have operations, like their casting foundry, and they have been operating there 24/7 this entire time, as well as with Gigafactory Nevada, with no ill effects. Alright, so breaking this down, obviously this is a significant escalation, and I think this is going to add to the incredible amount of mounting pressure on Alameda County to allow Tesla to reopen. It's very difficult to see Alameda County not succumbing to this type of pressure. They already have other places in the state opening up all around them. They now have the biggest manufacturer in California, and as Elon said, the second biggest exporter in California, saying that they have already decided to move their headquarters and future programs out of the state, and if they even retain anything in Fremont, it's going to depend on how they are treated in this situation and going forward. So this is strongly set up as a lose-lose situation, just so they as a county can continue to collect data for another week or another 10 days or so, when they have plenty of opportunity to look at data outside of the county, in the state, outside of the state, in the United States, and outside of the United States, worldwide. Is that 10 days of individual county data worth irrevocably upsetting one of the largest employers in your county when you know that they have already proven capable of restarting production with stringent health safety precautions in place in other locations? It just doesn't make sense if Alameda County has any desire at all for Tesla to stay in Fremont. Frankly, the fact that a decision like this would be left up to county officials in the first place is pretty shocking, I think. It's tough to imagine the state continuing to be as hands-off as they have been on this decision with this escalation. My expectation here is that they will come to some sort of an agreement that will allow Tesla to restart production this next week, albeit not at a fully staffed level, because that is the sensible thing to do based on what is happening around Alameda County. Overall, this is a really poor time for the county to pick a fight with Tesla, because Tesla has Gigafactory Shanghai now up and ramping. That reduces the leverage that Alameda County has. Then of course we have Gigafactory Berlin up and coming, as well as Elon Musk already listing his houses for sale in California. We then also have the upcoming second Gigafactory in the United States, and based on Elon's tweet today, where he says Tesla will now move its HQ and future programs to Texas/Nevada immediately, well, it seems pretty clear that the next Gigafactory will be in Texas. I hope this situation can be resolved. In the comments over the last few days, a lot of people have been commenting, wishing that Tesla would leave California. I don't wish that. I know there are, downsides of working in California, but there are upsides too. There's so much talent there. Tesla doesn't necessarily need to have manufacturing there to take advantage of that talent, but I think having that manufacturing close by has been helpful for them in the past when they have tried to solve some pretty unique and difficult problems. Plus, if we look at something like Texas, for example, sure, there are plenty of advantages to working in Texas, but there are disadvantages too. Tesla can't even sell their cars in Texas right now, so portraying Texas as some sort of civil liberties Shangri-La is not entirely accurate either. And then in the case of Nevada, there are upsides there too, but plenty of downsides, especially as it relates to availability of talent. Anyway, I do expect this to get sorted out. I think things will be de-escalated, although I do think Tesla has probably made the decision at this point in time to reduce any future investments in Fremont and in California, though clearly with their globalized expansion, that was already happening anyway. I think if we had been in this situation maybe a year ago though, you could have seen a different decision on Model Y production. Maybe that would have been located at Nevada rather than Fremont. Last couple quick things here on points of action. Somebody on Twitter asked, quote, "I'm not a lawyer, but can shareholders file a class action lawsuit? In 9 days, Tesla will be the last factory of all the car factories to open. We are clearly being disadvantaged," end quote. And Elon said, quote, "Absolutely, please do. you should be allowed to recoup damages from the county, end quote. Personally, I'll probably stay out of advocating for that one way or the other, but if I do see something materializing, I will pass that along for those people that may have interest. And then the second thing that I'll mention is that the Silicon Valley Tesla Owners Club tweeted at Elon saying, "What can our club do to help?" And Elon said, quote, "Please voice your disagreement as strongly as possible with Alameda County," end quote. So I do this cautiously, but there is a contact form for Alameda County's public health department. I will put a link to that contact sheet in the show notes. I would ask that if you do use that, please be respectful, please be cordial. There is another person on the other end of this contact form. That person may not necessarily have any control over this decision, and having thousands of Tesla owners contacting them is already going to be overwhelming enough without adding a layer of disrespect or frustrated words. So just think carefully, please, if you are using that contact form. All right, with that, I will get back to my weekend. Thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend as well, and I will see you on Monday for the May 11th episode of Tesla Daily. Thank you.